Hello? Yeah, it's me. I need help. The car is broken. Come here right away, please.
Too salty.
It's for you.
Take over.
Too salty.
I'm on my way.
It's for you. Take over. I'll be there. Where's Sal? Thought his car broke down.
I don't know. I thought so too.
No, I just wanted to eat some xiaolongbaos.
When was the last time you were here, Sal?
I was here maybe a month ago. Ordered
Okay.
the same stuff. I always like it. Nowhere else in Edmonton, I think, has it like that. I think there was a one Westside, and I think it closed down.
Oh, I remember
So then
that
now,
one.
yeah. So now this is like the main spot.
Yeah.
I mean, dim sum places will always have it, but it's never as good as here.
Not the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah. Do you want to try this?
Yeah?
Yeah,
Try some
there you
more
go.
tips. How do you pronounce it?
I don't actually, I don't know if I pronounce it correctly in Mandarin. 锅贴. But in Cantonese, we just say 锅贴.
Oh, it's so juicy.
Yeah, it looked really juicy. When Jess was grabbing her piece, I could see the juice coming out. That's bold. Is it hot? Okay.
Salted egg. A little peppery. It's very yummy.
Sorry, you
I like
said
it.
salted egg?
Salted egg, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I was smelling off of it.
Ooh, it smells so good.
Yeah.
The shrimp is like nice and juicy, so hot, so
Oh my
crispy,
god, it's so good.
It's got a nice texture to it.
and it's not too salty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the salted egg covered my mouth.
What do you put in your drunken chicken? Like, how is it drunk?
Drunk is cooking wine.
Oh,
Cooking wine.
Chinese cooking wine.
Yeah, it's the special wine and North Chinese marinade sauce. Very special in the Shanghai region.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
Xiaolongbao.
Xiaolongbao
Oh, yeah.
is a traditional item.
Yeah, it's so
Prepare.
good here.
You make it
Yeah,
yourself.
it must be fresh every day.
Fresh, yeah.
Yeah, so we collect wrap it 2 or 3 times every day.
Tell me more about this dish, the salted egg.
The salted is
Yeah.
with egg yolk
Yep.
and soft with tofu and shrimp.
Yep.
And it's skinless. And also the egg yolk
Yeah.
and also the butter.
Butter, yeah.
Homemade butter.
Oh yeah, no, it's good. It's rich. I know I came here a lot during COVID. Was it a very hard time to get through as a
Yeah.
business?
Yeah.
What was the hardest part about it? Just getting customers or takeout order, or what was?
Getting out customer because we have a lot of customer like to dine in. So also this item,
Yeah.
the better way is
Fresh.
dine in.
Yeah.
Take out is not good.
Yeah.
The quality.
I had to get it ordered to go, and I just eat it in my car. I just park outside and I'll just eat it.
Yeah.
This is how I had to eat it right away. If I go home downtown,
Yeah, it's getting
It's,
cold and not good.
there's no soup.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
it's good. It's yeah. This is why we always like having it fresh for sure. After having our fill of soup dumplings, we head over to La Pagode to talk to an old friend.
Well, my name is Wayne Jones, and I've known you for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
We've been good friends for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm an improv comedian. I do improv comedy. I live in Toronto, and also I'm from here, so back here a lot. and I love eating Vietnamese food, so I'm super happy that we're here doing
Oh yeah,
this.
no, definitely, yeah.
But yeah, I do comedy, I do some acting, a lot of producing in the entertainment world. So yeah, excited to be here and just like getting more happy each time she brings more stuff to the table.
We've had our late nights together. Your morning hangover cure has always been kind of pho. So I know
yeah.
I picked this place specifically. I know you're a lover of pho.
Yeah.
I know you had it all over the world. What's your go-to?
Well, what I ordered here is the brisket, and like I think it's a medium well beef. Sometimes I'll get the rare, but really I'm just trying to get as much like meat and meat with less fat on it in my bowl. That's kind of what I've got into now. I used to always do like the pho dak biet, which is like the adventurer's choice with the tendon and the tripe and all that. But then I realized like I just like the meat more, like the straight beef more. So the brisket's always like a nice cut because it's really, you know, tender and juicy. And then, like I said, just pile more meat in there for me. I'm big on the sriracha. I actually have, you know, there's a sriracha shortage, so they got this like Fugazi sriracha here.
Yeah.
But I actually have the real one in my truck. I might go get the bottle. I've been coming into pho restaurants and bringing my bottle in.
That's so funny.
And the Vietnamese people that work here would always be like, respect.
So I know you work with a lot of comedians from out of town. Do you ever bring them to West Edmonton Mall?
I like sometimes when I bring in comedians from out of town, I would take them to West Edmonton Mall to show them like West Edmonton Mall.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I've lived in LA, I lived in Chicago for a bit, I've been around the world, and whenever I bring up Edmonton, like one of the only things people know sometimes is like West Edmonton Mall. Like if they even know Edmonton at all, that's maybe the one thing they know. Don't you guys have the biggest mall in the world or something like that? And so when I have friends from Toronto come in, I love to take them there and just show them stuff. What I would do is, you know, rest in peace, I would take them to the Mindbender, but that's done now, right? The Mindbender's gone, a roller coaster. But I remember taking my girlfriend, she's many years ago, I took her and one of my comedian friends on the roller coaster, and they were like scared, but then we have this photo, you know, they take you on the roller coaster, and like I just love that photo because they were both like screaming and so into it, and knowing it's their first time, and showing them like, yeah, we have a giant roller coaster in the mall. Like that was a pretty fun thing.
So what's your best memory? I know you like to party.
Yeah.
There's some old clubs there, Rum Jungle, Escape.
Yeah.
All these, any memories from there that
Well,
you'd like to share?
It's crazy now that we don't have all the nightclubs we used to have there. In the early mid 2000s, there was like 9, 10 nightclubs sometimes at West Edmonton Mall. There was like, you know, there would be that
Fever.
Chaos was an early one.
Chaos was early on.
Early one. Rum Jungle, Fever, Escape.
Yeah.
And then there was ones on Bourbon Street. They used to have ones on Bourbon Street as well. I can't even remember the names, but like. It was like a major nightclub destination, West Edmonton Mall. And I remember at one point I was offered to rent out Fever, so I rented out Fever and invited like 300 friends of mine or something to come, and got my friend to DJ it, and like basically threw my own club night there, and then got on stage and took the mic and was sort of like roasting some of my buddies in the crowd, roasting the DJ, kind of doing like a bit of comedy.
Yeah.
And that was one of the first times when I realized, like, hey, maybe I can do this in front of a crowd. And so that was actually like a formative thing for my career. Was that night I booked that out.
So when you were here touring with Colin Margaret, did you introduce him to any local goodies?
Actually, we did go to Japanese Vietnamese hybrid restaurant, Maki Maki, on White Ave.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I wanted something light, and so I was like, I don't want to go for sushi. But then I'm always like, I hope this isn't the one time I get like food poisoning from fish or something. Not that you ever would from Maki Maki. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Spring rolls. Oh, not to change the topic, but we call these spring rolls here in Edmonton, but down in the United States, they call these egg rolls. And if you say spring roll, you get the fresh roll. Because they call the fresh roll or the salad roll that. So it's been a major point of confusion for me when I'm down there. I'm like freaking out over this whole thing. Or I put a viral video out once about like, I did a freestyle rap about spring rolls, and then people from the US were commenting like, those aren't spring rolls. And I was like, this is a real thing. But
there's people in Edmonton that also don't call it spring roll.
Oh, really?
Like, I put a poll out once because I'm like, what do people call this?
Yeah.
It's a spring roll.
See, you've got to the issue too. But yeah, back to your question about Colin. Yeah, I took him for that, and I like that place because you can get like, I can get like my salad rolls or fresh rolls, whatever you want to call them, and then also like sushi. So I've always liked like the hybrid because I just am a pig and like eating everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're with the right company. Then.
All right, good.
You're
We've got a good team
You're
here.
Yeah.
I guess the rest of our group wasn't as hungry as I am as I make my way to Aloha Hawaiian Poke and Grill to meet up with YouTube sensation Best Edmonton Mall.
Yeah, so like you said, I'm the BEM guy, that BEM guy, Best Edmonton Mall, Matthew, all the above. So I started a YouTube channel about the nostalgic history of West Edmonton Mall, you know, about 6-7 years ago now, and I wasn't seeking to become the mall icon. I just wanted to remember a few things that I liked. You know, I was having a conversation with a colleague of mine, and they said, "Oh yeah, that big lake." I said, "Yeah, where the submarines used to be." He just looked at me and goes, "There were never submarines in there." I said, "Yes, there was a submarine ride. We had more submarines than the Canadian Navy." And they didn't believe me. And I thought, well, someone's better document the history of West Edmonton Mall. And I made a video, and it hit. And I made another video, and it hit. And slowly but surely, I grew this really niche audience in Edmonton about West Edmonton Mall.
Remember the balls that used to fall, those structures?
The ball machines.
The ball machines, those are iconic, and I remember there used to be tigers.
Yeah, tiger cubs, bear cubs.
Crazy.
So it's funny that you mention, you know, the ball machines or the tiger cubs. West Edmonton Mall today, it's a huge mall. They still have some great attractions. You know, Galaxyland, the water park, the Ice Palace, the huge lake. You know, there's the go-karts. There's lots to do there. But when it first opened, it wasn't just the attractions. It was everything in between the attractions. So you would exit a store or you would enter a mall and you'd come across this massive 2-story audio-kinetic sculpture with with sounds and balls falling and clunks and dings and ding, and then you'd hear the cacophony of sounds echoing through the halls. You take a little step down and then all of a sudden there's a big glass enclosure and there's peacocks or flamingos. And you walk a little bit further and then you see exhibits of crown jewels or fake crown jewels or geos and rocks, and that's before you even got to the amusement park. That's before you got to the water park. It was an experience through and through. And there were themes too. Like there were themed streets that were really themed. It was a sight to behold.
You had a video that I also like, it's probably my second favorite, is the Rapids.
Yes.
The Rapids, well, it's not just the Rapids, I guess the whole of like water park. But there is a section of it where you had spoke about the Rapids, and it's something I really miss as a feature in the water park.
Yeah, so when the park opened, there was this massive concrete slide tucked in behind the wave pool. It was the Raging Rapids. It took 5-6 attendants to run, and you would have to grab a tube, walk all the way around up to the top, you'd sit in the rapids, and you could choose which way you wanted to go. And there were only 2 places along the way. You know, at the beginning you choose, you know, north or south or what have you. You go down, you're in the center pool, you hang out, you go under some waterfalls, you choose again. But the fact that you could choose twice along the way, I don't know, as a kid it made you feel like the opportunities were endless. You were gonna, you know, I'm gonna go down the Raging Rapids. Which way am I gonna go this time? It's like a maze. It wasn't, but it felt like it. And yeah, it was extremely a lot of labor to run it. It required a lot of maintenance. Everything on that slide was made of concrete. It didn't matter that you were in a tube, because you would brush up against the wall and you'd get a skin, you'd get a bump, you'd fall over, you'd go down the big, there's a big turn, you know, hairpin turn at the end. You'd go down, you'd flip over on your tube, you'd knock, you know, you'd get beat up. Didn't matter. It was, it was, in my opinion, the best slide at the World Water Park.
Oh, it was the best. I remember I was like much shorter than I'm now, which is strange to hear, but it was like about 4 or 5, and being on there, just sitting on there, like, this is the best feeling, until I got to the end part and this huge sheet of water just pounding on me. I can barely touch the ground, so I always feel like I was about to drown. But I was like, oh, this is the best. Like, these are the best times. So
It was fantastic.
it was such a great place.
It was really, really great. And Phase 4 also brought in a mega arcade, 2 stories, called Palladium.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
I loved Palladium. They had an oversized monster truck called Maxzilla. I can't remember how much it was at the time, but I think it was like 16 or 24 credits. It was so expensive, but it would flip upside down. You were fully enclosed inside of it.
I remember they had the horse racing for the first time too, and I really
yeah,
liked
they had
that.
horse races, and you had to buck the horse to go. They had different zones. So Palladium was set up. You know, they had target zone for shooting. They had sport zone for air hockey and throwing a football. They had a speed zone for racing or galloping on a horse.
Yep.
They had combat zone for Street Fighter. They had a music zone. It was a really over the top experience. The other iconic arcade from the 1980s, 1990s was Circuit Circus. They had those giant neon squares that would just rotate. Today, the space is still an arcade. It's about half the size it used to be. It's called New Play, but Circuit Circus was like the iconic arcade. Yeah, that Phase 3 food court, it had arcing fountains. It had neon lights everywhere. All the real marble pillars had neon West Edmonton Mall logos above them. Circuit Circus was this massive neon punch in the face. And then even the restaurants had neon, Oriental Delight, big giant neon letters. It was really a trip. That Phase 3 food court had a character all of its own.
I remember always seeing people on the DDR machines, and I would always know, like, that is the coolest person there.
Yes.
Doing the hardest song, just sweating,
Yeah, holding
onto the bar.
tap, 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 tap. Yeah, and
the
I would look
best.
at them and I'd go, never in a million years could I ever be that good of a
Yeah.
DDR.
West Edmonton Mall has brought in over 2,000 jobs, brings about $1 billion worth of tax revenue for the province. I feel like Edmontonians really don't see like the value of it, even just being this mall in the west side of Edmonton. Where do you see it going for the future?
That's a good question. It seems like it's super popular to hate on West Edmonton Mall. If you're an Edmontonian, I don't like the mall. The mall's no good, but no other place that I can think of has such a over-the-top shopping entertainment experience. Like, we've got one of the world's largest indoor amusement parks, one of the world's largest indoor water parks. We've got an indoor lake. We've got mini golf. We've got Canada's first triple-story go-kart track, indoor go-kart track. It really is a phenomenal thing, and it's been part of Edmontonians' lives for over 40 years now. So we take it for granted. It's always been there. Back in the 80s and 90s, it was like, this is new, this is fantastic. Moving forward, the era of malls are seeing challenges. We've seen local community malls, smaller malls just fizzle, across North America. But the concept of West Edmonton Mall, the Mall of America, combining mega attractions with shopping, it's still highly successful. People go there. People travel. It does attract tourism. It's the number one tourist location in the city. I cannot see a future where it doesn't continue to succeed.
They're getting the LRT 2028.
2028. Yeah. So the LRT is supposed to be there 2028. But yeah, it's going to connect Millwood. So the Edmonton's Edmonton Southeast will connect all the way to the West End. So I mean it's going to bring a lot of connectivity to the people of the city. I think it's a great thing.
That's really good. That was really good.
I'm going to try one now.
Yeah. A little spice. It's good.
That's amazing. I've never tasted anything like that before. A little bit of a kick, but it's good.
It's spam, fried seaweed, deep fried with mayo.
That's spam in the middle there. It gets so much hate, but it's so delicious. I think it's a good metaphor for West Edmonton Mall. A lot of people, again, it's popular to try to hate on it, but it is delicious. West Edmonton Mall's my Rushmore.
Cheers. That's so good.